Hello and welcome to the Matsunoki Cafe. I'm your host, Shiro. What you're watching is the first video in a little series I'm doing called Manga Tuesdays with Shiro. Basically, these will be short videos, unscripted, where I talk about the many different manga series I have in my collection and try recommending them to you. I thought this would be a pretty cool series to do to open up discussion more, which I love to do on my channel, you know? The way these videos will be edited and recorded, it will just be like a conversation between me and you, the viewer. So with whatever series I'm talking about, feel free to talk about your own thoughts on the series in the comments, or maybe even recommend certain manga series that you would think I'd be interested in, and I'll go check them out and make a video on them. I originally planned on starting the series last week, but I got sick. By the way, thank you everybody for the get well soon wishes, both on here and on Twitter. But anyway, I'm fine now, so let's get this series started with Black Clover. So, originally, I wasn't sure if I was going to like Black Clover. I had heard the anime was bad. I remember checking out the first episode, and I wasn't a big fan of it. So I decided, you know what, maybe Black Clover isn't for me. So I almost dropped the series, but I remember seeing like multiple videos online saying like, oh, the manga is actually pretty good with where it is. I decided, you know what, I'll pick up the manga, see what I think by just reading it. I should clarify, with a lot of these, like especially shonen manga, I read them all online, and then if I like the series, I will get physical volumes. So that. Just because I only have like the first 6 volumes of Black Clover physically does not mean I've only read up to that point. I have read the whole series. I am caught up on the manga. And that will be the case for a lot of the series I talk about. But specifically Black Clover, I do feel like the first volume contains the weakest part of the series as a whole, which is both a good and bad thing. You know, obviously like future volumes will build off what's in here and just make it a way better story, have a lot of cool character moments. Downside, this is probably the shonen with the worst introduction arc I've seen. Like, it's not terrible. Like, it does give like a decent idea of who the characters are, but like, it doesn't help the case with Asta being our main character when he's portrayed as just a guy who screams a lot. And the whole thing they did with Yuno, where he pretends to be Rob, but then at the end reveals it's. But again, despite first impressions, I continued on, and I grew to love the series. I grew fond of Asta. You know, he's a simple character, but there's a beauty in that, and his interactions with the rest of the cast are really cool. I will say that's probably the strongest aspect of Black Clover as the series, the character interactions. I wouldn't say a lot. I would say like most of the characters are pretty simple on the surface, but a lot of the entertainment from them comes from their interactions with other characters. So my favorite characters probably have to be Yami, because of course it's Yami, Zora, Asta, and Yuno. As the series goes on, you just grow more fond of it, and I will say the most recent arc now has been really good, so I would definitely recommend catching up soon, because this recent arc has been really great by all accounts. I love the scenario, I love Asta's development, I love the new characters he's been meeting. So yeah, I definitely would recommend, if you checked out the anime and weren't a big fan of that, or you remember picking up the manga before and the first volume didn't leave you with the greatest first impression, I recommend picking the series back up, making to volumes 2 or 3, and deciding from that point if you want to continue the series. And I would just hope that this video will convince you to do either of those things and maybe find a new favorite in Black Clover. I hope you guys don't mind that this video might seem like really unprofessional, especially hopefully I improve a lot with talking about this sort of stuff in future videos. you know, this is my first one. I'm getting used to the new format. So hopefully with the next manga I talk about, you know, next week, I will do a lot better with like going over general points, and yeah, just improve a lot with this series. But hopefully this wasn't a bad first video for the series. I hope you enjoyed, and if enough of you do, I will definitely continue this series next Tuesday, and the Tuesday after that, and the Tuesday after that, until I just run out of manga in my collection, or I just get bored of this series, either or. But until then, I hope you all had a nice short visit to the cafe, and I hope to see you again with the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe to make sure you see future content from me, whether it be the next Manga Tuesday or just one of my regular videos. Until then, see ya.